Chapter 6, City Graveyard. Many days pass as they drive through the desert, avoiding the heat as much as possible. Mava slows down the hoverbike as night begins to descend, and the light from the sun diminishes. Leandra can feel her skin cool as they move more into the shade. Mava pulls up the map she has available on her dashboard and sees a few vague lines up ahead on the screen depicting some type of city. Mava continues forward towards the city, feeling slight hesitation. Leandra, Vorsha, and Mava gaze upon the sight ahead of them, a city made up of semi-large square buildings without any type of activity or commotion about. Most of the windows in the buildings appear broken, and some buildings have collapsed into themselves. Mava drives the hoverbike towards the outermost edges of the city, nearing a deserted road. As they're driving in, Mava's hoverbike quickly stops running. Even though they have more than enough energy to continue on, something seems to be interfering with the hoverbike's energy field to sustain itself. "What is going on this time?" Mava asks, slowing down to a full stop. She hops off of the bike as well as Leandra with Vorsha. "Why does this keep happening?" Leandra asks. Mava kicks the bike even though she knows that it will not help. "Stupid bike!" Mava shouts, hearing Leandra's question and pauses to answer it. Hoverbikes are able to fly using a magnetic energy field generator. It's very easy to break up the energy field, though. I wish we could fix that somehow. Leandra believes she understands what Mava means regarding the bike, nods her head and says, "I see." Mava attempts a few more times to start up the hoverbike, but the energy output becomes weaker and weaker. She attempts to push it back, and Leandra joins in, but they quickly realize that the bike is far too heavy to be pushed by them alone. "This thing weighs too much," Mava yells. "It's a lump of metal plastered together. Not the best material to use, but it can take more hits than my last bike. I wouldn't recommend trying to blow it with your winds either, Leandra. It will probably fall apart." Mava looks around at the city that they just entered. "Where do you think we are?" Leandra asks. "Have you ever heard of this place before? It looks like a dead city. There's no life around at all." Leandra twirls around to look at their surroundings. She sees buildings resembling that of Mava's apartment in the outer parts of Cairo, with slightly different architecture. Leandra impatiently looks at Mava and notices that she doesn't answer right away. "I must seem like a child sometimes asking silly sightseeing questions." Mava takes a moment to look around as well. She does not recognize this place immediately, but then she remembers that Chaths told her about a city he had encountered before coming to Cairo. A city that no one had lived in, and he had almost got lost trying to figure out how to get through it. "This place must be the same place that Chaths had spoken about before," Mava says. "A dead city. No one else lives here anymore. He didn't say much more about it. Looks creepy as hell, and it's cold here." Vorsha stays close to Mava and Leandra, but also looks around to see if she can sense anyone. Mava starts to walk off towards the buildings and says, "We've got to find something useful here. Maybe we can find what is disrupting my hoverbike's magnetic field." Leandra walks with Mava, and Vorsha follows as well. They search some of the buildings to find anything useful, but most of the buildings are empty or too difficult to access because of blockages due to fallen rubble. Mava turns her head towards a shadow she sees off in the distance that appears to be a person. "Look," Mava shouts, pointing towards the direction she sees the shadow. "I see something moving over there." Mava runs off following the shadow. Leandra and Vorsha follow behind her. Mava runs faster and faster to try and catch up with this shadowy figure that seems to resemble her father. "Mava, wait!" Leandra yells at Mava, but she does not slow down. Why is she running off like that? Leandra wonders. Mava runs into a building, thinking she's following her father, and then the entrance collapses, splitting them up. After she runs off, Leandra and Vorsha lose track of her because she hears someone shouting for help. Leandra investigates the shouts with Vorsha, and she sees Jendai trapped in a building, running from something. Leandra uses her winds to blow away some of the rubble blocking Jendai, and a small pathway opens up, allowing Jendai to crawl through to safety. She looks up and sees something shadowy fly off, barely catching a glimpse of it. "Leandra, Vorsha, I was looking for you guys for a while now," Jendai says while catching her breath. Or at least it seems like forever out in the desert. Leandra is shocked to find Jendai out in the desert way past Cairo. "I can't believe that you're here, Jendai," Leandra says. "Why did you risk coming all the way out here? Did you come by yourself?" Jendai stops speaking to catch her breath. "I thought that my place would be with you guys." Jendai starts to shed a few tears. "You can help us save this world, can't you?" Jendai asks Leandra. Leandra looks dazed and speechless. Isn't that why you're here? Why you came from the sky and landed here on Earth? Jendai starts to cry even more. Leandra still keeps her words to herself for a moment. We need you. I don't want to see Earth like this anymore. Our ancestors didn't used to live like this. Jendai waits for an answer from Leandra. Leandra? Jendai asks, awaiting a response. Leandra can hear Vorsha chuckle in her mind and say, wait till she finds out who our ancestors really were. Leandra jolts as though she had just awakened. For a split second, she has a flashback of Kogwa and being back on the planet Yana. I don't remember how I got here or why I came, Leandra says. I don't know if I'm going to be able to save the world. Leandra remains silent for a moment. She looks at Vorsha's amulet and notices that the gem on the amulet is dimmer than normal. I need to know right now where you stand, Jendai asks Leandra. I'll do everything I can to save my people. It has started to become my home as well, Leandra states, especially since I don't remember where I came from. I can only remember bits and pieces, and I know that I long to return there as soon as I can. But what about us? Jendai asks. Will you leave before you stop the dark agents that try to control us all around Earth? Leandra pauses for a moment before stating, I couldn't do that to you or anyone I've met, even those that have tried to hurt me. They are all symptoms of the pain of this planet, and they probably have never seen or experienced someone acting out of pure love or generosity or wanting to give back. I know that I can't do this alone, though. I need you, Vorsha and Mava. Leandra remembers that they've lost track of her. We need to find her, Leandra yells. She has run off into these buildings on her own. Then I'm coming with you? Jendai asks. It's your choice, and if you're asking me, I say yes, Leandra says happily and hugs Jendai. Thank you for coming out all of this way, Jendai says, smiling and nodding her head. They head off in a different direction to try and find Mava. They run through a few buildings that are open to them. Inside of these buildings, they find photos and images of people who are no longer around. They also find people who appear to be stuck in a state of stasis. They can't move or do anything. When they touch and try to move the people, they feel an electrical shock on their hands that pushes them away. I wonder how long these poor people have been stuck like this, Jendai asks. I can sense that these people have been here for a very long time, Vorsha says. Their thoughts repeat over and over in their minds. All I can see is some type of dark fog. Vorsha can sense residual memories lingering around them. She sees memories of people who once lived in a sad city, where people lived mundane, uneventful lives. As they move through the buildings, they see one area blocked by a dense fog. Vorsha stops them and tells them they should not proceed forward. The fog swirls together to form the shape of a woman. The woman does not speak and simply moves closer and closer towards them. We need to protect ourselves, Vorsha yells. What is she? Leandra asks Vorsha as she blasts gusts of wind at the cloud woman. Who is she? Can you stop her on a different plane? It's too risky to attempt that, Vorsha says, hovering in her amulet form. She fires spirit energy blasts to keep the cloud woman back. You can stop this, Leandra. Concentrate. A pink ribbon of energy glows from Vorsha's amulet and encapsulates Leandra's body. We need you to remember your strength, Leandra. Leandra closes her eyes for a moment and sees flashes of memories of her home Yana. She sees a stone temple with winds blowing all around her. Leandra puts her hands together and causes multiple powerful mini tornadoes that come together to form a sphere that blow away the cloud woman. Leandra looks to see if the cloud woman is returning, but she doesn't. Wow, great job, Leandra, Jendai says. Leandra looks at Jendai and Vorsha for a moment and shakes her head. They run across the catwalk to the other side of the city on top of the buildings and continue searching for Mava. Mava finds dead bodies that haven't decayed that appear to be frozen in time. She notices that they have unfamiliar clothes and hairstyles. There are images on the walls of blue creatures shaking hands with people she doesn't recognize. She reads documents she finds of the people that used to live on Earth and realizes how much better life used to be on the planet. She sees an old map of Earth without the melted polar ice caps, and she finds unfamiliar technologies that appear to be broken when she attempts to use them. I've been living in Cairo so long, I had no idea what was out here. These people look like they lived good, Mava thinks to herself. Mava enters another room, and on the other side, she sees a man who looks like her father. She is at first startled, but then starts to run after him, only to have the door slammed in front of her and locked. After some time, she is able to unlock the door and continues her search. She continues to see a glimpse of a man who looks like her father and runs after him. She chases after the man and almost falls to her death when a piece of flooring starts to collapse. While jumping to safety, Mava drops her weapon and watches as it falls endlessly down a large pit. Mava gets closer and closer to catching the man who looks like her father. She continues to see people in stasis who cannot move and are stuck behind an energy barrier. Almost all of the people she finds look scared and frightened by something. All the while, Mava is running away from a moving cloud that has multiple voices and appears to be alive. She notices that anything that the cloud touches appears to turn stone cold. Mava keeps running from the cloud, all the while looking for the man who looks like her father. She enters one room after seeing the man enter it, when the lights turn on and an energy barrier blocks her way out of the room. She tries to break out of the room through a window, kicking at the barrier. She feels a powerful surge of energy and kicks the window with all of her might. The window breaks in front of her eyes, and Mava jumps out of it. She tries to grab onto a ledge to stop her fall, but quickly loses her grip and falls down to the floor below her. Mava lands on the ground and slowly starts to pass out. When she awakens, she can see the dark shadow of the man who looks like her father hovering over her. The man quickly scurries away, though, after she fully opens her eyes. She stumbles around trying to wake up completely and notices the same cloud moving slowly into the room, and she can hear voices screaming. Mava stumbles along to try and leave the room on the other side. She is able to exit, and in the next room can see a blurry depiction of the man on the other side of the room, noticing her, then running out of the exit door. She runs over to that door as quickly as she can, just as the cloud moves into the room, closer towards her. When Mava gets to the door, though, she realizes that the door is locked. She looks around her for another way out, but can't find one. "Get away from me!" Mava screams for the cloud to go away as it moves closer and closer. She plops to the ground, frightened by the cold air edging closer to her. For a moment, she closes her eyes and concentrates. "You are not getting me today." When she opens her eyes, she feels a surge of energy through her body and notices a reddish aura surrounding herself. She looks at the cloud nearly next to her now and puts her hands together. She points her hands at the cloud, and a powerful blast of energy fires at it. When she blasts the cloud, she notices that some of the energy dissipates from it, and the cloud gets smaller and smaller each time she blasts it. Mava keeps blasting the cloud with her energy until she sees only one grayish spirit looking back at her. The spirit comes towards her, and Mava moves around to avoid it, blasting at it every chance she gets. "I don't know who or what you are, but you never should have messed with me," Mava says, looking at the spirit before blasting it one more time with a photon burst. The cloud disappears in a flash of light. Mava points her fingers together and blasts down the locked door. She arrives back at the quad outside, where Leandra, Jendai, and Vorsha see her. "Mava, how did you blast down that door?" Leandra asks inquisitively. "Where's your weapon? Are you okay?" Mava smiles, then points her fingers at the ground, then fires a blast of energy. Leandra and Jendai are shocked to see what Mava has done with her hands. "I'm just as shocked as you are," Mava states, turning her attention to Jendai. "Jen, what are you doing here?" "Well, I came here." Jendai stops talking when they see the city people they saw earlier that were frozen walking into the quad around them. "You did this?" a man asks, walking up to Mava smiling bewildered. "We cannot thank you enough. Oh, praise the sun. Praise you." The people reveal the history of what happened to them and how they remember being a part of the cloud that Mava had blasted. As Mava blasted the cloud, they started to return to their bodies and were no longer frozen. When the Golden Pyramid came to this planet, the cloud arrived very shortly. The man explains to them, "We thought it was just a fog coming into the city that day, but it slowly started to possess all of us and took us out of our bodies." "Golden Pyramid?" Jendai asks the man. "We don't know what it was. A huge golden pyramid that came from space," the man explains. "It came soon after that the cloud arrived and we had no idea what happened to us." Vorsha looks into the man's mind and sees a memory of the golden pyramid flying over the sky that he mentioned. Vorsha shares the memory with the rest of the team in their minds. Leandra and the team give the people of the city directions to Cairo, where they will be safer than this graveyard city. "Thank you," the man exclaims along with other people around them. "Thank you so much, you beautiful, beautiful woman. We will gather our things and follow your directions. There's nothing left for us here. How much time has passed? What day is this?" The man clamors for answers. "It's 3101. Jendai tells them. What? A woman shouts, and many of the other people join in. We've been trapped here for over 700 years? The woman seems hardly consolable, realizing how much time has passed. Leandra, Jendai, and Mava all remain speechless and shocked at this revelation. Jendai puts her arms around the woman. I know this may be difficult, but you need to trust us, Jendai says. If you follow these directions to Cairo, there will be people who will help you. Press this button on this device when you get there and ask for a man named Race. The people of the city, still startled, all thank the women and head off to gather their belongings. Mava explains what happened earlier and how she was chasing again, after someone that looked like her father. She explains how she lost her father when she was just a child. Leandra is in shock for a moment, wondering why her father seems to keep appearing. Mava is surprised to see Jendai there and asks her why she's there. Jendai explains to Mava why she came. The city of Cairo is being taken care of, and I couldn't let you guys go out all alone to the Zumaridim G. It's the most dangerous place I've ever been to, and I don't want to miss out on the chance to liberate it. You guys could use my help. Vorsha, Leandra, and Mava all agree with her. They all venture on, past the city, while receiving thanks from the people as they leave. Mava is ecstatic that her hover bike is working again, after realizing that the clouds must have interfered with her bike's magnetic field. They look at the items the people gave to them before they left as thanks for freeing them. Mava sees one of the cloaked figures she's seen before in the distance perched on one of the buildings. She blinks and notices that the figure is gone. Who is that? She asks herself in her mind. She looks at one of her hands intensely, remembering the energy beam that emanated from it, feeling somewhat terrified of what's happened to her body, but at the same time, very happy with herself.